You're a captive insurance agent wondering what kind of strategic advantages you have when you decide to launch into the independent life insurance space. You found the right videos, my friends. I used to be captive back in the day myself. I'm going to help you understand how you can use some of that power to be a top performer in this space. My name's Jason. Before I get into this, I'm your friend in the business. I'm very blessed to just partner and work shoulder to shoulder with some of the most amazing brand new and veteran agents alike in our national agency, selling life, Medicare, and annuities face to face, but more importantly, in the telespace. So free resources always for your taking at jasonfinalexpense.com, and we'll help you in any way we can. So first off, being captive is not a bad thing, but it's not where you have to stay. We've got so many agents that used to be captive and have experienced freedom in our agency and love the fact that they get paid what they're truly worth instead of being at a mitigated compensation grid. Compensation is important, but having good support and strength is what helps a agent just launch to new levels. So first off, the first tip I want to share with you is a lot of captive insurance agencies don't allow you to be vested day one. So the business that you're building, this dream that you're building, is really a dream for somebody else. Maybe it's your manager, your captive company. They're the ones who are owning all your hard work. And this is hard to hear. A lot of captive insurance agents don't even know any better. I would encourage you to read your contract. If you're a captive insurance agent, read how long it takes you to become vested, meaning that everything you've been told in the opportunity meeting may not be the opportunity you thought it was. This is something that happens to so many agents. It's horrible, but once they hear the truth and see that they don't own their block of business for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years in some cases, you're going to listen to a different tune now and go, oh, I may need to turn the car a different direction here and steer my career into a place where I can be in control of where I want to go and the wealth that I thought I was building. An independent agent owns and controls their block of business, meaning that they are vested, meaning everything they're building for themselves. This is big, big, big. Captive insurance agents love the fact that when they go independent, they own what they're building. So if they got sick and couldn't work the business anymore, or maybe they just worked 5 years and says, you know what, I'm just done with insurance, they still see the paychecks delivered to their bank. This is big for an agent that's kind of on the fence here. Find out if you're vested day one, like what you would be in a national agency like ours here at jasonfinalexpense.com. Look at your contracts. It's a big, big deal. You should never be in a position where it takes you more than a year to vest with any carrier. If it's a year, fine. If you find out you're 5, 10, 15, 20 years, that's way, way, way too long. Most captive agencies have a 5-year, 10-year, or 15-year vesting schedule. So everything you're building, you're actually building for your manager, the company. You are not building it for yourself, and it's not necessarily about anything more than you taking advantage of your contract. So take a look if you're captive and go look at your vesting schedule, meaning you don't even own what you thought you were building. Or maybe 10 years deep, you're only vested on years 1 through 3 or 1 through 5, which is your lowest income earning years because you were brand new and they know it. Be careful of vesting schedules. When you jump into the independent space, you own your destiny. This will help you dial in with power because captive insurance agents that have joined jasonfinalexpense.com, they love the fact that they can launch forward and know that the dream that they're building is for them and them alone. Power, right? Power. So freedom to own and control what you want to build is the path to wealth. Tip number 1. Tip number 2, one of the reasons that captive insurance agents just explode in the independent life insurance space and even annuity space with us is leads. A lot of times leads are leverage over you when you're captive. And there's nothing wrong with being captive. There's some good captive insurance agencies out there. But you've got to acknowledge the fact that the leads that they're giving you, dispensing to you, right? Like Tic Tacs out of grandma's purse, for example, are leverage over you. It's a control thing, which is why you don't have access to the leads yourself. That's something you got to be aware of. You want to be aware of this and know it. Is the lead that you're getting, is it an exhausted lead? Is it basically an aged lead that everybody in the world has touched? It's tough to make the wealth as a captive insurance agent if you're dealing with disconnected numbers, dialed tones, and you're not getting real far. Face-to-face insurance agents may have to work and it feels like a sweatshop. Sometimes you're in your cubicle just banging numbers, trying to make a living, and it may take you all day. They call them dial days, right? In a lot of places, setting up those appointments, and you're spending all day and you're not even fully booked. That's ridiculous. If you want to be a beast, you've got to have an exclusive lead. And if you go independent and have an exclusive lead, a captive agent loves the fact that the gift of their time is being respected because an exclusive lead does not take long. You could book up an entire week of 15 and 20 appointments within a matter of hours instead of having the whole day where you're just dialing and dialing and dialing, and it's just exhausting. So having an exclusive lead that's not data is power. A lot of captive insurance agents, they're told, oh yeah, here's some leads, and then you find out that they're nothing but wrong numbers, or they want a list of your friends and your family. This is a path to failure. So leads being limited, it's like a dog being held back on a leash. And once you get free and get to run, there is no better life than being independent. And captive insurance agents really appreciate an exclusive lead, or sometimes an independent agent that has the best at the table doesn't appreciate it as much as a captive insurance agent does, because they basically had to wallow in the mud to find the wealth, and they're okay getting scrappy with a lead. They'll work really hard because all they've been doing is dialing data or dialing 2, 3, 4-year-old aged leads. So when we get an exclusive one, it excites them, where sometimes we get jaded in the independent space because we've got it so good and we can take it for granted. So an agent that's captive and then freed. Woo, man, I tell you, they appreciate the business to the next level because they got into a place, number 3, diminished compensation. A lot of captive insurance agencies keep the majority of the money that you're making. You're not making 100% or more compensation. You're just not. The management team, the trainer that took you out in their car or sat and wrote half your business and kept half of your compensation. That's no good. It limits your potential as a captive insurance agent. In most cases, not all cases, but in most cases, your pay is decreased. And when a captive agent goes from a 40% comp grade, 50% or 60% comp grade, and can see that they can make 100% more and take that money home to their family to purchase leads and to be in control of their business, to drive their destiny, there is no better place to capitalize than making the money for yourself. You should be absolutely for yourself, but never by yourself, because it can be scary. But when you've got a good work family like ours and you've got the best carriers to take care of some of the best prospects, it's power. You've got a chance of finding profitability and success. But captive agents sometimes make the best independent agents when they launch and leave and head into this direction. It's dynamic. The paychecks are amazing when you've got powerful work ethic, powerful drive, and powerful belief. If I can give you any resources, or you need a good work family, or just a conversation to know what it really looks like, reach out at jasonfinalexpense.com. I promise I will personally connect with you and help you myself. Have a great day. Have a powerful tomorrow, and keep doing the good work. We'll see you soon.